5 seconds to go. Start. Industry at 8.1% and services at 9.6%. All three sectors are contributing to the consolidation of growth. More importantly, the economy has shown remarkable resilience to both external and domestic shocks. Our principal concern this year has been the continued high food prices. Inflation surfaced in two distinct episodes. At the beginning of the year, food inflation was high for some cereals, sugar, and pulses. Towards the second half, while prices of these items moderated and even recorded negative rates of inflation, there was spurt in prices of onion, milk, poultry, and some vegetables. Of late, prices of onion have crashed in wholesale markets, and we have had to remove the ban on their exports. Despite improvement in the availability of most food items, consumers were denied the benefit of seasonal fall in prices normally seen in winter months. These developments revealed shortcomings in distribution and marketing systems, which are getting accentuated due to growing demand for these food items with rising income levels. The huge differences between wholesale and retail prices and between markets in different parts of the country are just not acceptable. These are at the expense of remunerative prices for farmers and competitive prices for consumers. Monetary policy stance in 2010-11, while being supportive of fiscal policy, had succeeded in keeping core inflation in check. As the transmission lag in monetary policy tends to be long, I expect the measures already taken by the RBI to further moderate inflation in coming months. The developments on India's external sector in the current year have been encouraging. Even as the recovery in developed countries is gradually taking root, our trade performance has improved. Exports have grown at 29.4% to reach US dollar 184.6 billion, while imports at US dollar 273.6 billion have recorded a growth of 17.6% during April January 2010-11 over the corresponding period last year. The current account deficit is around the 2009-10 level and poses some concerns because of the composition of its financing. Policy making in a globalized world has to take into account the likely international developments. To realize the desired outcomes, it is important that there is convergence in expectations of our investors, entrepreneurs, and consumers on the macroeconomic prospects of the economy. Against this backdrop, The Indian economy is expected to grow at 9% with an outside band of plus minus 0.25% in 2011-12. I expect the average inflation to be lower next year and the current account deficit smaller and better managed with a higher domestic savings rate and stable capital flows. While, like last year, I seek the blessings of Lord Indra to bestow on us timely and bountiful monsoons, I would pray to Goddess Lakshmi as well. I think it is a good strategy to diversify one's risks. Sustaining growth in my last budget, I had started rolling back the fiscal stimulus implemented over 2008-9 and 2009-10 to mitigate the impact of the global financial crisis on economic slowdown in India. In the course of the year, I have moved further on that path. I believe that a part of the current recovery must be stored away to build further resilience. Indeed, a counter cyclical fiscal policy is our best insurance against external shocks and localized domestic factors. Fiscal consolidation, the experience with Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003 FRBM Act at center and the corresponding acts at state level show that statutory fiscal consolidation targets have a positive effect on macroeconomic management of the economy. In the course of the year, the central government would introduce an amendment to the FRBM Act laying down the fiscal roadmap for the next 5 years. The 13th Finance Commission has worked out a fiscal consolidation roadmap for states requiring them to eliminate revenue deficit and achieve a fiscal deficit of 3% of their respective gross state domestic product latest by 2014-15. It has also recommended a combined states debt target of 24.3% of GDP to be reached during this period. The states are required to amend or enact their FRBM acts to conform to these recommendations. The government has been in the process of setting up an independent debt management office in the finance ministry. A middle office is already operational. As a next step, I propose to introduce the Public Debt Management Agency of Indian Bill in the next financial year. Tax reforms, the introduction of the Direct Taxes Code DTC and the proposed Goods and Services Tax GST will make a watershed. These reforms will result in moderation of rates, simplification of laws, and better compliance. As honorable members are aware, the Direct Taxes Code Bill was introduced in Parliament in August 2010. After receiving the report of the Standing Committee, we shall be able to finalize the code for its enactment during 2011-12. This has been a pioneering effort in participative legislation. The code is proposed to be effective from April 1st, 2012 to allow taxpayers, practitioners, and administrators to fully understand the legislation and adjust to the revised procedures. Unlike DTC, decisions on the GST have to be taken in consent with the states with whom our dialogue has made considerable progress in the last 4 years. Stop.